Hello students, how are you all? Hope all of you are fine in this critical situation. So many times I have taught you prose, etc., etc. Today we are going to read a poem. But first of all, let me tell you one thing, that is, what do you mean by poem? Why do you read it? Because it influences us. It provides us pleasure. At the same time, if there is no imagination, there is no feelings, then you can't write down a poem. And before starting the poem, I would like to give you a little bit hints regarding life. What do you mean by life? In this critical situation, people are speaking that life is meaningless, life is uncertain, people may die in number, etc., etc. But does it mean that you also will think like this? Definitely not. So what is life to you? Life is beautiful. Life is meaningful. But the thing is that, look, suppose you are going to give the examination. Can you secure good marks if you are not writing? If you are not reading, then what you have to do? You have to do your best. You have to attempt. Without attempt, practically, it is not possible to get the success. So likewise, if you ask people what is life, some will speak. The pessimistic people will speak. Life is meaningless. Life is hopeless. Nothing can be done in the life. Life is just like water bubble. And some others also will speak that the final aim of life is death. Okay? Nothing else they will speak. Because their attitude towards life is not positive. They are having a negative attitude towards their own life. This type of people, neither they can progress, nor they can inspire others to progress. Look, getting success is not difficult. But to make someone else to get success is the most difficult thing in this world. So here, what is mentioned? It is all about life, and how life is being described in this poem is clearly mentioned. Okay? So today, we are going to read a very beautiful poem, a very meaningful poem, which can inspire large number of people. Okay? And the name of the poem is A Psalm of Life, written by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. But listen one thing. What do you mean by psalm of life? Life means you know life. Okay? Simple thing. What do you mean by psalm? Psalm means sacred song. You might be thinking, what is sacred song? Good songs are there, bad songs are there. Okay? So likewise, evil songs are there, sacred songs are also there. So here, life is a noble song, is a very beautiful lyrics. It is a very beautiful song. It is clearly mentioned by the poet. And this person is an American poet, and he has taken birth in the year 1807 and died in the year 1882. But at the same time, remember, this person, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, H.W. Longfellow, is not only a poet, but also he was an educationalist. Okay? He was a very good educator. So in this poem, so now you did understand? Psalm of life means sacred song of life. It means definitely in this poem, the poet has mentioned something related to life. What is life? What it meant to be. Okay? And as I told you, to get inspiration by reading some books, by following some others' footprints, by reading the life of great people, it is not our aim. But our life will be successful when people will start following us. Means when we can take the leadership. Okay? It doesn't mean that we will always follow people. No. We should make things. We should achieve success in such a way that we must be an inspiration to others. Other people must follow us. Then only our life will be fruitful, will be meaningful. It means you must have an optimistic attitude towards life. You must think positively. Then only success will touch your feet. And remember, here, lots of things are also being written in the warm-up. And the poet has emphasized that we have to create our own footprint. It is written in the latest stanzas. And initially, he has appealed to the readers that don't think life is filled with sorrow and suffering. Life is beautiful. Life is meaningful. As I told you, if you are not reading, you can't secure good marks in examination. So, life will not be meaningful by itself. We have to make it meaningful. Okay? We must do such work that people should remind us people should appreciate art and people should follow art. Then only our life will be noble. Okay, this is the theme. So now come to the poem. What is written initially? It is mentioned, tell me not. What do you mean by tell me not? It means don't tell me in mournful number. Mournful means sage. Number means verse or song, lyrics. Here in the first line, the poet is appealing to its readers. Who will read it? Only you people or the people who love poem? Ordinary people, the common man will not read it. Okay, so here it is mentioned, tell me not in mournful numbers. Don't speak me in sad voice. Don't speak me in sad lines. Don't speak. I can do nothing. Nothing can take place. I got failure in my life. Nothing can be achieved. No, don't speak like this. Speak. I can do. I have a good attitude. I'm the best. I can achieve success. Okay, positively you have to speak. So the poet is speaking to its reader that don't tell me in mournful numbers. Don't speak to me in a sad tone, in a sad voice. Life is but an empty dream. Don't say me in the sad voice that life is nothing but an empty dream. Empty means what? Where nothing is there. Completely vacant means meaningless dream. The poet is appealing to the reader that they should not speak the poet that life is meaningless, life is an empty dream. Okay, it means from the very beginning of the poem, it is clear that the poet is having an optimistic attitude towards life. The poet's attitude is optimistic. Okay, optimistic means what? One who sees the bright side of life always. For the soul is dead that slumbers. Slumber means what? Deep sleep. Slumber means deep sleep. For the soul is dead. What do you mean by soul is dead? Soul dead, body dead, what does it mean? Look, we have a brain and we have a conscience. Okay, sometimes we wish to harm people, but our conscience doesn't permit us. That one is known as our soul. Okay, it is mentioned, for the soul is dead that slumbers. Okay, let me make it easy for you to understand. Suppose you have a work to do today. Your mom has told you to do some work today by 4 o'clock. Okay, and by 4:10 you are giving excuse to your mother. Mama, I am not feeling good. I have headache. I can't do it today. Let me do it tomorrow. It means your brain is speaking, do it. Okay, but you are thinking that what is the need to do it today? It can be done tomorrow. Okay, so this thing is being mentioned. For the soul is dead that slumbers. If your soul is sleeping, if your conscience is sleeping, you are not better than a dead person. Okay, you are not better than a dead body. It means you should remain active. If your soul is sleeping, it means you are inactive in your life. And things are not what they seem. There is a great difference in between appearance and reality. Okay, appearance what you see, reality what is truth. There is a great difference. There is hell and heaven difference in between these two. And here, people whose souls are sleeping, for them, and things are not what they seem. And they is referring to what? The things. For them, what they see the thing is not the same thing. The thing is completely opposite what they feel. Because the lazy one will feel that all are lazy in this world. The thief will feel that all are thieves in this world. Okay. And an honest man will definitely think that people are honest like him. So here, the person whose soul is sleeping is not better than a dead person. And things are not what they seem. And things are completely different for the person whose soul is sleeping. Understood? So what is the theme of this first stanza? The theme of the first stanza is the poet is appealing to have an optimistic attitude towards life, and he is speaking that if your soul is sleeping, then you are a dead one. And for you people, the life is completely different what it is really is. But in the initial line, the poet is appealing to the reader that they should not be pessimistic in their life. They must be optimistic. There must be an optimistic attitude to life, means to do positive thinking, and positive behavior must be there in your life. Okay. So, now next, second stanza. This is stanza number 2. What is written? Life is real, life is earnest, and grave is not its goal. Dust thou art, to dust thou returnest, was not spoken of the soul. What does it mean? Did you understand something? What is written? Here look, number of things are being mentioned here. Grave is mentioned, dust is mentioned, okay, soul is also mentioned, and the goal of life is also mentioned. These things are emphasized in this stanza. So now let us read what is the theme of this stanza. It is mentioned life is real, life is not a fake one. I am a living being. If I pinch, I can feel, I can feel the pain. It means our life is real. There is nothing fake in our life. There is nothing wrong in our life. Life is earnest. Earnest means seriousness. Life is not a joke that every time we will have fun and we will have get together, etc. merrymaking. We should not spend our life in too much merrymaking. Merrymaking should be there, but it doesn't mean that 100% merrymaking should be there. No, life is also a little bit serious. We must take it seriously. And what is mentioned? Life is real. Life is earnest. Life is a real one. Life is not at all a fake one. And it is mentioned, life is filled with seriousness. And then it is mentioned, and grave is not its goal. Grave means what? Graveyard. It means, it is referring to death. Okay? Death is not the goal of life. Death is not the end of our life. Okay? So, remember, the poet has mentioned clearly that death is not the goal. Death is not the final destination of life. The destination of life is little bit different from what we think, from what we realize. Dust thou art. Look at this line. Dust thou art. To dust thou returnest. Thou, this is Old English. Thou art means art. To dust thou returnest. And this line is being taken from the Holy Bible. You might think why Bible is mentioned, because the poet is also a Christian. Okay, so here he has taken the example, and as we know, this is also written in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, dust thou art, to dust thou returnest. It means dust you are. Your body is made of dust, and as you know, 5 materials constitute our body. So your body is made of dust, and to dust thou returnest. A day will come when you will return to dust, means our body will mingle, it will mix with dust, because our body is made of dust. Understood this line? This line is having biblical reference, because this complete line is being taken from Bible. Okay, this line was not spoken of the soul, and now what is mentioned? Dust thou art. Here 2 types of things are being mentioned. Our physical body and our soul. In this line based on our body. It means this line signifies on the mortality of our life. Okay. But in the next line what is mentioned was not spoken of the soul. It means this line is applicable to our body, but this line is not at all applicable to our soul. It means our soul is not made of dust, and our soul can't return to dust. Understood? It means was not spoken of the soul. It means our soul is immortal, but our body is mortal. So here it is mentioned that this line is having biblical reference, and this one is completely based on the mortality of life, but our soul is immortal. Understood? Now here let us discuss what is the theme of this stanza. This stanza is completely describing on the mortality of life. Okay. Now let us read stanza 3 of the poem Psalm of Life. What is written? Not enjoyment and not sorrow, is our destined end or way, but to act that it's tomorrow finds us farther than today. What does it mean? What is it mentioned? Now here it is written destined. Destined means what? Predetermined. Predetermined means what? Something which is fixed beforehand is known as predetermined. So here what is written? Not enjoyment and not sorrow. It means not enjoyment, neither enjoyment nor sorrow. Means life is not only for enjoyment and life is not only for sorrow. Each our destined end or way. So these things, neither enjoyment nor sorrow, is predetermined in our life. Means both these two things are not permanent in our life. But to act that it's tomorrow. But what we have to do? Act. Act means what? Work. But we have to work that it's tomorrow. Means every tomorrow finds us farther than today. So here it is mentioned that we have to do every good work that our tomorrow must be better than today. Okay? It means look. Example, suppose we have done 50% good work. Okay? 50% good work today. And we have to work in such a way. As you know, today reflects our tomorrow. Tomorrow is modified by our today. Okay? So here in this sense it is mentioned. At the same time, it is also correct that we have to work in such a way that our tomorrow must be better than today. Means day by day, our good work must increase and we should do good to a large number of people. Okay, understood? So what is the theme of this stanza? The theme is neither enjoyment nor sorrow is predetermined, is fixed in our life. Means life is not only for enjoyment and it is also not for sorrow. Every time we should not have fun and every time we should not cry. But life is a mixture of both these two things. Because these things are not predetermined, but to act that it's tomorrow. But we have to work in such a way. We should not sleep. We must work in such a way that it's tomorrow finds us farther than today. And we have to work in such a way that our tomorrow must be better than today. Means day by day we should do good work and our tomorrow must be better. Means our future must be good. We should not depend on our past. That is, yesterday I didn't do this work, I didn't do that work, etc., etc. We should not think like this. But what we have to think? We have to think that as we have done some good work, that's why our tomorrow. Tomorrow means your future. Our future must be good. Okay? Thank you.